it is summer break for me. So let's go on to the next story of Stories for a Teen's Heart. And we are still in family. Things I've learned lately. Looking people in the eyes is showing them respect. My grandma's my friend. Memories are a treasure you should never let go. And I never want to get too big for a hug from my dad. So let's go on with Grandma's Gift by Wayne Rice. As a 9th grader, Dave was the smallest kid in his high school. But at 5 feet tall and 90 pounds, he was the perfect candidate for the lightest weight class on the school's wrestling team. Dave started out as the JV lightweight, but moved up to the varsity position when the boy at that spot moved away. Unfortunately, Dave's first year was not one for the record books. Of the 6 varsity matches he wrestled, he was pinned 6 times. Dave had a dream of someday being a good enough wrestler to receive his athlete's letter. An athlete's letter is a cloth emblemed with the school's initials on it, which is awarded to those athletes who demonstrate exceptional performance in their sports. Those who were fortunate enough to receive a letter proudly wore it on their school letterman jackets. Whenever Dave shared his dream of lettering in wrestling, most of his teammates and friends just laughed. And those who did offer encouragement to Dave usually said something like, well, it's not whether you win or lose, or it's not really important whether you letter or not. Even so, Dave was determined to work hard and keep improving as a wrestler. Every day after school, Dave was in the weight room trying to build up his strength, or running the stadium bleachers trying to increase his endurance, or in the wrestling room trying to improve his technique. The one person who continually believed in Dave was his grandmother. Every time she saw him, she reminded him of what could be done. Through prayer and hard work, she told him to keep focusing on his goal. Over and over again, she quoted Bible verses to him, like, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. The day before the next season began, Dave's grandmother passed away. He was heartbroken if he ever did reach his goal of someday getting a high school letter. His grandmother would never know. That season, Dave's opponents faced a new person. What they expected was an easy victory. What they got instead was a ferocious battle. Dave won 9 of his first 10 matches that year. Midway through the season, Dave's coach called him into his office to inform him that he would be receiving his high school letter. Dave was ecstatic. The only thing that could have made him feel better was to be able to share it with his grandmother. If she knew. Just then, the coach smiled as he presented Dave with an envelope. The envelope had Dave's name written on it in his grandmother's handwriting. He opened it and read, "Dear Dave, I knew you could do it. I set aside $100 to buy you a school jacket to put your letter on. I hope you'll wear it proudly and remember, you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. Congratulations, Grandma." After Dave finished reading the letter, his coach reached behind him and pulled out a brand new jacket with the school letter attached and Dave's name embroidered on the front. Dave realized that his grandmother did know after all. That is a lovely story, and I would be pretty upset too if my grandma passed. She is one of the most amazing people who raised me, and she's very sweet. I might be a double child for her, but to her, I'm her everything. But, rest in peace to those who have lost their grandmothers. And I hope you guys can think on the story and give hugs to your grandmothers for me, because every grandmother deserves love. I hope you guys have a good day. So, sayonara. Have a good day.